Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Well, this is the first day of free agency. The shooting of this show, there's a lot of things happening with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we've got to re-sign. We signed a quarterback today, Baker Mayfield, from the Los Angeles Rams for $8.5 million one-year deal to compete against Kyle Trask as their quarterback. We re-signed the captain of our defense, Levante David. We re-signed Antonio Nelson as a defensive end. We've re-signed Jamel Dean, our cornerback. And we've re-signed our guard from the Super Bowl era, Aaron Stinney. So this is some things that have happened just in the last 24 hours shooting of this show. It's a fluid situation. Players are going all over the league. It's what they call a free agent frenzy, and it really is a frenzy. Building your team for next year. Of the 32 teams, this is the most important time of the whole year, these 5, 6, 8 days. You're changing your roster by bringing in veteran players. And the draft will be just the extra, in some cases, on top of the team that's been built. So today, the Buccaneers struck gold on getting Levante David to come back. He wanted to play here his 12th year. And to get Stinney and to get some of our players back. There's a lot still out there in free agency. It's only been going about 2 hours of shooting of this show. A lot of things happening throughout the league. Jimmy Garoppolo left the 49ers. Now he's at Vegas. Lamar Jackson's a free agent. Jamel Ramsey from the Rams is down with the Dolphins. Jalen Ramsey's a great player, great safety. A lot of great players have been changed in the last 48 hours. But the Buccaneers particularly, and the division that we're in, the Southern Division, the NFC, Marcus Mariota is no longer at Atlanta, but Tyler Heineke of the Washington Commanders is the new quarterback there. So a lot of things are fluid. The Carolina Panthers have moved up to the #1 draft pick in the NFL draft in April, college, and they will get the first pick in that draft, and I'm sure they'll take a quarterback. So we're starting to firm up what's going around with all these changes of the other teams in relationship to our team, the Bucs. But a big move with Baker Mayfield, the ex-Heisman Trophy winner from Oklahoma, who went to Cleveland, the #1 draft pick, and spent 4 years there. Tumultuous years, as we all know. Last year he was at Carolina. It didn't work out there in about half the season. He went out to L.A., but he got off the jet out there and beat the Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas. But we'll see how it works out. But we do have a veteran quarterback in camp, and a lot of things will change before next show. But as I ran down some of the major things that are going on in the NFL in relationship to the Bucs, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have hit a glitch in their $250 million contract deal with the New York Jets. We don't know what it is and what the glitch is, but there's certainly a very big glitch because the New York Jets yesterday signed both of the Green Bay Packer receivers from Green Bay and put them on the New York Jet team. So we better hope that it ain't a big glitch anyhow. Great things happening every minute. And we'll keep you posted here. But the big news, again, is Baker Mayfield. How do I believe Baker will work out? Well, I have to pray and hope that Baker comes in here and plays to Dave Canales' offense, and Kyle Trask learns some tricks from Baker, and they both work together and solemnly try to solidify the quarterback room of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because this is what it's going to be. We're going to probably get a third quarterback. Some say it will be a veteran. The team has said they're looking for a second veteran to go with Trask and another veteran, which will be Mayfield. But we don't know. But I wouldn't think that they will go in the draft and get one high. If they get one, it'll be in the late rounds, because they really don't want another rookie. They've got Trask as a young, never been in the game rookie, really. And now they got Mayfield. So I look for another veteran in there. And in the next 48 hours, it probably take place. We'll keep you posted here at Sports Talk with the Cowboy. We'll keep it real with you. And I know everybody has their takes on Baker Mayfield. And surely send it in the comments section of the show, and we'll be glad to answer the questions. We want to hear your feedback of Baker Mayfield. He's a polarizing figure. Either you love him or you hate him. But he's ours now. So we got to love him, at least for now. So we're going to move on now out of free agency in football into the baseball realm, and we're having the World Classic, teams from all over the world playing baseball, representing their own countries. And there was a no-hitter by a Puerto Rican pitcher the other night against the Israeli team. A no-hitter in professional baseball is pretty big. Spring training baseball is going on. The Rays are doing quite well in spring training, getting a lot of work with all their players. Glasnow's probably be back by the first part of the year. We've got a Patino coming in and taking over his spot in the rotation for the Rays. The Rays are getting a little bit better at bat. Brendan Lau's hitting a couple home runs. Wander Franco's been playing and hitting quite well. Margot's hitting. But this is spring training ball. We're glad to see it all coming together. Because the 1st of April, of course, is the first day of the regular season for our Tampa Bay Rays. And on the Lightning front, we beat the New Jersey Devils last night. We'll play them 2 days from now up in New Jersey and then back in Tampa to play them three in a row. We're playing the New Jersey Devils 3 games in a row. Beat them the first one. We're going to try to beat them the second and third one. We're in the playoffs point-wise. We would like to get our seeding as high as we can get it. We're the 3rd seed in our division right now. But we're playoff bound in about 14 games for the Lightning. Injuries seem to be okay. We don't have any major injuries, but we'd like to get a little bit better on that defense because we need better defense if we're going to make a deep run of this cup. So we'll keep following the Lightning and go Lightning. And you be the Thunder. So now I'm going to go to the questions for tonight. And the first question tonight is from David. And David wanted to know what I thought about was the biggest free agent move as of Monday. And David, I think the biggest move as of Monday when they could actually move if they had been released from the team was Jimmy Garoppolo going from the San Francisco 49ers to the Las Vegas Raiders. Jimmy Garoppolo is now a Raider. That's big news, David. Thank you for your question, David. The next question is from Beth. And Beth wanted to know, did I think Levante David would still be a Buck? Well, Beth, I took your question because I didn't know that would be a case at this show. And Beth, I can pleased to say that Levante David is a Buccaneer again and has re-signed a contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to come back for a 12th year. And Beth, I'm glad that I could answer you that question the way that it came out. So thank you for your question, Beth. God bless you. And the next question is from Liz. And Liz wanted to know what I thought about the Sebring 12 Hours and who I thought would have a chance to win that race. And I think that your question is going to have to be look back at the Rolex. Acura came in first and second. I know Cadillac will have a GTP that had won out at the Sebring race. The Porsches are out there and the BMWs. The first race was not real well for the BMWs. They didn't do well at Daytona. The Porsches came in third. The Cadillacs came in fourth. So the Acuras dominated at the Rolex, but I don't think they will out at Sebring. I got my money on the Porsche or the Cadillac, but the race is this weekend, and we haven't been out to the track to see the cars. But I'm going to say Porsche pulls an upset at Sebring. Okay? God bless you for your question, and thank you. DJX, what you got for me?
Well, Cowboy, you know how we do it. Let's get right off into it, buddy. All right. Top available quarterbacks with Rodgers looking to go to the Jets.
Who do I think they will be?
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson would be the one that I would have as number one.
Okay, Lamar Jackson.
And there's probably nobody else at number two of that ilk.
Okay, I can see that. All right, so who has leverage in Rodgers' trade?
I think the Jets have the leverage.
You think they got the leverage?
Because they told him, we want you here.
Yeah.
We want the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Our ownership has met you, and we went to your owner, and he says it's okay, and we had it all done. And not only that, but you told us, here's the icing on the cake from me, Aaron Rodgers, to you, the Jets. You go to Green Bay and get my 2 receivers that are going to be free agents, and you pay them $30 million for one and $14 million for the other one. You bring me a $40 million receiving package from Green Bay of my choosing and put them on your team before I signed the paper. And hey, the Jets did that. They're under contract. So now you, Rodgers, look, man, if you know. Yeah, I think it's ugly, and I don't know what the holdup is. I don't know what the holdup is. It should have been this afternoon at 1 o'clock. He should have been through a jet. So I'm sure they're both trying to work it out. I can't see a stumbling block in it.
Right. Well, we'll see what happens, and we'll report that.
We certainly will. We will report. Everybody in the world will know that.
All right. Bucks expected to have interest in Zeke.
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 Well, they might be interested in him.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what all the players are going to be on the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? As far as who they're going to get at different positions.
Mm-hmm.
They still need tight ends, and I think that they'll look to a lot of people, and Zeke included.
So it's basically going to be a new team. Pretty much.
We're going to have about 20 we're going to probably have probably about 11 of the 22 new starters from different teams now. I'm just putting in Baker Mayfield there as a quarterback, giving him that he's played for 5 years, people, and I like Trask a lot. But, you know, I'm going to keep it real with you with the Sports Talk with the Cowboy. Baker Mayfield has an opportunity to be, again, the greatest college player with a Heisman Trophy as he won. Number 1 pick in the draft. Took the Browns to the playoffs. He feels like when the Brown fans cuss him, I took you to the playoffs, okay? So listen, I think Baker, you know, is a new one. We're going to have new ones, but we're going to have some other ones that were playing last year that were injured.
Right.
That, you know, we've seen 2 years ago. We haven't seen that they're getting paid. So I count them as new starters too.
All right. Bucks to re-sign Levante David.
Greatest story of the day, even bigger than Baker Mayfield to me, because Levante David is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He is Todd Bowles. He is the epitome of what Todd Bowles thinks a linebacker should be. And I bet you Todd Bowles went to the ownership and said this: you might not give me this, you might not give me that, but you're going to give me Levante David. And Levante, I mean, we're going to make a good competitive offer.
Right. All right. 49ers to sign Cleveland Farrell.
I think Colin Farrell will be a good player for him. I mean, he's a durable player. He plays every game. And the 49ers like that durability, that you're there. The best ability to them is availability.
Right.
They like that.
Right. Jalen Carter has rough pro day.
Jalen Carter had his incident with the death of the assistant and another one of his teammates. I think they were drag racing or something like that, and the other car wrecked and killed both of them. And he was charged in the accident, as you know, and he wanted it out as a misdemeanor charge, but still it's hanging over him, you know?
Yeah.
These kids are 20 years, 21, 22 years old. Your best bud with another person in a car, you know, and they died, and you're getting charged for it like it's you know, minute to happen. I know it's stupid. They was out there drag racing. I know it's stupid, but so, I mean, you know, he's got to hang on the guy.
Right.
And some of these pro teams ought to think in their mind, this only happened for us. Go, look, this guy might not be, you know, leave him alone.
He got
we
some
got tape on him.
psychological issues right now.
Yeah, we got 6 years of tape on him.
Yeah, psychological issues.
You got it right there, man.
PTSD, you know, things.
Yeah, all that
nature.
kind of stuff.
So let's go to the boards right quick. All right, XFL Renegade head coach Bob Stoops talks slaughter status for week 5 defense and more.
Bob Stoops has done a real good job with the Renegades, and their defense is the Birmingham Stallions of the XFL. They're a good defensive team, and they're playing up to, and they're helping the offense win.
Oh, okay.
So Bob Stoops is talking good about that defense, and it is playing excellent in the XFL.
All right, I got to get around to watching some of that.
Oh yeah, I've been watching a little bit. I'm dabbling with the Orlando Guardians. And, you know, I've see some of their games.
Right. Well, that's why I'm gonna leave it off tonight, Cowboy.
God bless you, DJX.
God bless you too.
Before I get off tonight, we're going to talk about the 71st run of the 12-hour Sebring. That will happen Saturday out at the Sebring International Raceway. Get out to watch the race Saturday, March 18th. The second crown jewel of the 3 crown jewels of automobile racing, multi-million-dollar teams, the greatest in the world, endurance racing out at 12 hours of Sebring. They also have the World Endurance Challenge, which is the European sports car racing, and there's only one venue in North America, one venue that they go from Europe to race outside Europe. Sebring, Florida, at the Sebring 12 hours, a 1,000-mile World Endurance Challenge race. That's on Friday. So get out there and watch the greatest European sports cars in the world run on Friday, and then you can get out to 12 hours of Sebring on Saturday. So a great weekend at the 71st running of the birthplace of endurance racing in North America, the 12 hours of Sebring, presented by Mobile and Farm Fresh from Florida. Get out and support the race. We'll try to get some coverage for you next time we see you. Be good to your neighbor. Be good to each other. Kindness is something that's very rare in this world today. Show a lot of it, and you'll get back it in return. Till we see you next time, Cowboy out.